Oh my God. The truth. Tracy Monet. Whatever shall we do? Would Darlie Key be so mad at someone that she would wish death on another person's child? I wouldn't waste my breath on a hater since you're wishing for such a thing to happen. Perhaps God Karma will take one of yours. Wow. Take one of your what? Children? Now she was mad because she really thought that she had them 2015 DNA records sealed. But we got them. Love that you can't see the records any longer. Since you're wishing for such a thing to happen, perhaps God's karma will take care of you. Take one of yours. God's karma would not take in a child to exact revenge on someone who wished death on someone that took a child's life. God's karma would not take a child to prove anything. Children are the closest to God. They're almost without sin. Almost without sin until they start learning from, adults. But a newborn baby, within the first few months of his life, is without sin. They're almost a perfect sacrifice. God would never, ever use a child to exact revenge on someone else. The closest thing to God is a child. So not only are you wishing death on a child, you're using God's word. God's vengeance will happen to Darlie. First, he wants her to suffer for 30-some fucking years. Then he wants her family to suffer for 30-some fucking years for coming out here and making up stories about how she didn't do this. First, you know how a cat will play around with a mouse before he finally eats it. Just kind of hit it with its paws and pass it around. That's what God's doing right now. If you want to talk about God's karma. If he was a merciful God, he would have just had her executed in his second year, right? But he's a God of vengeance. He wants her to suffer. He wants her to suffer every day with what she's done in there. And if you're going to lie for her, he wants you to suffer too. Damn the blasphemy that you put out of your mouth about what God's karma will do. You don't understand religion at all. You don't understand God. God's karma is happening right now. That's why you're leaving these types of posts. God's karma has come your way. Look at your daughter, Danelle. She's aged 10 years more than what she should look. You can see the age. You can see the stress on her. That's God's karma. You know what God's karma is, Darlie Key? But you didn't tell on Dennis. You chose to keep Dennis around after he did that to one of yours. And he ruined her brain. He defiled her body and he ruined her brain. And that's still your friend. That's God's karma. You let him get away with it. So did you, Danelle. He's not a molester. So all that suffering that you guys do is because you lie for criminals. You lie for criminals. And you suffer because of it. That's God's karma.